Hello and welcome. You're watching My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. Jeez, what a game we have had between Delhi and Chennai. Went down pretty much to the last ball, and Sharjah games give you a lot of action. This one was no different, and Delhi's been giving you exciting games. Chennai, of course, is no stranger to last ball action. So there you go. With one ball to spare, with 5 wickets in hand, Delhi got over the line with a 6. Akshar Patel, of course, taking them there, and a big, big win for Delhi. Joy Bhattacharjya and Lisa Sthalekar here with me. Guys, I seem to have got something in my eye. Like, seriously, I think of the excitement, I just poked my eye. But how good was Lisa? How good was Akshar Patel? Just took Ravindra Jadeja's. They come from the same area, both of them. They obviously know each other really well. They've played a lot against each other. But geez, Akshar won that battle big.
21 off 5. I'd say he won that pretty handsomely, and strike rate of 420. The fact that he came in, I think he scored 1 off his first delivery, and then to go bang, bang, 3 sixes in a row to finish off the match shows that he's a decent player. And to be honest, we probably haven't seen a lot of him, unfortunately. So that's been the issue. So it gives Delhi Capitals now a fact that they can actually chase a total like this. Shikhar Dhawan scoring 100. I think Joy, is his maiden 100?
I think it's his maiden 100, and it was a fabulous knock. Of course, there's one thing you have to say about that knock. I mean, that knock had it had more drops than a Mumbai mobile phone connection. 4 drops they had. 4 times they dropped Shikhar Dhawan. So, if CSK is going to look back at this game, they're going to turn around and say, we had our fate in our own hands. And our players just kept dropping them.
I felt like Chennai could have caught a cold before they caught Shikhar tonight, right? In the UAE, the way they were going. But, it's what you do with the chances that you get. And, he's not telling Chennai to drop him, right? And he's taken those chances. He's got his first 100, and he's got his 100 at good clip. There you go, at 175 almost strike rate there. 14 boundaries, 1 6. I think every time there was a drop, I think he just started playing more along the ground, and which is why he's got all those boundaries. Some of them were just really, really cracker hits. I think Delhi just has to worry about one thing, which is that they wish he would have got a little more support on the other side, and it hadn't come down to the last over like that. But today they'll take the win. They'll take the 2 points. We'll have a look at the points table and see what it has done to Delhi. They obviously wanted to break away from Bangalore. Chennai, of course, wanted to break away from the pack, which is at the back. But of course, it is Delhi that has come, obviously trumps in that. Let's have a look at the bowlers. What has Chennai done? What has Chennai done with their bowling today? Could they have done anything different? We got Lisa in on that. Lisa, last over to Ravi Jadeja. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, interesting. And we were just talking off air, like, where was Bravo? I actually don't think he was on the field.
Otherwise, I don't think he was, yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely turned to him. So I'll be interested to hear in the post-match presentation why he wasn't given the ball, if there was an injury or a niggle or something like that. We know he's had a few injuries, but I mean, he's the man that's got 500 T20 wickets. Yeah. So you turn to him in these pressure situations. But unfortunately, Chennai missed that opportunity, and Jadeja had to bowl it and got whacked.
But how good was Deepak Chahar today, Joy? Up in the power play, 3 overs in the power play. And then, yes, he will be ruining that. I think he was one who dropped the catch at square leg, right? Which is Shikhar Dhawan.
Yeah.
But just how good was he with ball in hand?
He was brilliant with ball in hand, but that's exactly what happened to Chennai. They reached a situation where Dhoni loves his options. And in the end, the only option he had was when Bravo went off the field, his only option was Jadeja or Karan Sharma. Now, the problem with it is both of them turned the ball into the left-hander. Their natural ball is turning it into a left-hander. So he had a choice between them. He went for the more experienced guy. The only problem was that actually he was playing against, Akshar Patel battles in the one-day side. Akshar Patel not only battles other people, but he battles Ravindra Jadeja for that one spot for the left-arm spinner.
Yes.
So it's literally they know each other's game. They're roughly from the same region, Saurashtra, Gujarat players. And I thought Akshar Patel had ice in his veins the way he finished.
Yeah, I think he's got one over. He's got one over Jadeja today. Jadeja obviously has taken that place. Akshar traveled with the team a lot with the Indian team. Didn't get to play those many games. And Ravindra Jadeja pretty much was viewed as a man-for-man replacement and came in and took his place. Today, Ravindra Jadeja hit 4 sixes. Akshar said, "I'm going to hit 3 in the over, and that also in your over. That's what I'm going to do." I think he's hit one down Joe's throat.
Yeah, no, seriously. With your eye, your throat, like what's going to happen to me next?
I think this is all you. Can I tell you what I've done, Lisa? I think I've put I think I put a jalapeno in my eye. I think I've got jalapeno juice in my eye. You have no idea. It is on fire today. My eye is on fire, but it's not a patch on the fire that Shikhar Dhawan has been on in the last few games.
Yeah. He's been building up, hasn't he? I just want to talk about Shikhar Dhawan because last year he copped a little bit of criticism, didn't he, from the coaching staff about his strike rate and not being able to really excel. And we saw maybe the back end of 2019, his strike rate improved. And since then, he seems very comfortable there and he's scoring the runs. You can see there, 69, 57. And to take Delhi to a victory against Chennai and remain not out. Oh, everyone, captain, coach, support staff will be so happy. And it shows that this Delhi side is certainly a team for the finals.
Yeah, it is. I just, it's one of those days for me. I got 2 predictions correct. And now I just want to tell Lisa. I'm moving on from that to the 18th of September, the day we did the preview here, and I called it Delhi-Mumbai final. I'm just saying, 18th of September, day before it began. I'm just saying. But it's not happening because I said it. It's just that these 2 teams, Joy, are looking good for that final, aren't they? Today, I think Delhi will be happy with this win because it may be perhaps got a little hiccupy and a little dodgy towards the end, but this whole, do they have number 7? Does the batting fall off the cliff after Stoinis or Carey, whoever comes at 6? Today, I think that question has been answered as well.
So I think I'll tell you one thing. One of the things that happen is that good teams find many ways to win. And that's exactly what happened to them today.
Great line.
So, it's not just one guy who's scoring runs. You have 3-4 guys. You have Stoinis scoring runs. You have Prithvi Shaw scoring runs. You have Shreyas Iyer scoring runs. And today you had Akshar Patel and Shikhar Dhawan scoring runs. So the beauty of it is Rabada is one for them. Nokia is one for them. Ashwin is one for them. And that's a terrific team. Lots of people doing Man of the Match awards. They're finding different ways to win. That's a championship side.
Yeah. Lisa, though, Prithvi Shaw will want to have a serious look and just say, hang on a second. It's time I did something because that 60-odd seems a while back.
Yeah, it was a while back. Previous score, Golden Duck, 4-19. So the trend is not good for Prithvi Shaw. But one thing they do is they back him, don't they? They give him as many opportunities because they feel that he's the future of Delhi. We want to keep him going. There's also Indian selection coming up with obviously a tour down under. So there's a lot of players that are vying for that. And I'm sure the franchises are also looking at that as well, putting, those players in those key positions so they can perform.
The good thing, of course, for Delhi is happening is that when Prithvi is not getting the scores, Shikhar has been getting them. So that's exactly what they are getting. They're getting that momentum right at the top because one of the 2 are going. I think opposition are looking and saying that if both of them get going, then we're in for trouble. Right now, Chennai is in for trouble, as we'll see on the points table, because they're just languishing. It's not a word that you use very often with Chennai. You definitely don't use it beyond the halfway stage of the tournament. That's not something that we've done in over a decade. But that's what is happening. They're down now with just 3 wins out of 9. And Delhi, of course, is catapulted right to the top of the table. They're there with 14 points out of 9 games. But, of course, Mumbai have a game in hand. So they have a chance of squaring things up. But it just seems like sort of a 2-horse race right now for those 1-2 positions.
No, the interesting thing is actually everyone would have been rooting. All Hyderabad, Kolkata, they would have been rooting
for Chennai.
For Delhi to win today.
Oh, sorry, the bottom half teams, yes.
Yeah. They want Chennai to go away because if Chennai goes away, it's Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and then it's a three-way fight between Kolkata and Hyderabad. That's basically, it's a two-way fight between Kolkata and Hyderabad, because Chennai, Rajasthan, and Punjab now look up against it. You know, having 6 defeats is very difficult. All these guys need to win. Literally, Chennai, to be sure of qualifying, needs to win all 5.
Yep.
To even have a chance, they need to win 4 out of 5. So today, you would have seen everyone in Kolkata and Hyderabad rooting for Delhi.
Yeah, there would be, and that's the thing, right? When you're looking at Chennai down there, and you're saying, well, look at the mountain in front of them. But again, we just keep saying it, and I think I'll probably be saying it till it is official and formal that they can't make it to the playoffs. That they like these mountains, they like just when it seems absolutely impossible, and they tend to pull a few rabbits out of the hat. Then they've got Rajasthan, Mumbai, tough game, of course, Bangalore, tough. They're all tough games at this point in time, really. Mumbai, Bangalore, Kolkata, Punjab. So those are the games that they have coming up. And they're going to be playing Mumbai and Sharjah, where definitely Mumbai has a lot more firepower for that ground. Let's have a look at the ultimate team of the day. I think we have that ready. Our My 11 Circle ultimate team of the day. Let's get that bit of business done. Who out of these did you have with you? We had it, but it is not here.
Did you not see it?
It was there, but it was gone. Did you have a quick look at it? Did you have a real quick look at it? Listen,
I think Alex
Lisa, we already know I have an issue reading anyway, right? I have an issue reading. And you're asking me to speed read. All right, that's not going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen. Let's talk about the first game, because there were 2 games today. And the first game today we have to talk about AB de Villiers, because I think we spoke about him for about 5 or 6 minutes after the game finished. So that is about 5 or 6 minutes less than we should be speaking about him. And Virat Kohli had a quote as well. We're going to put that up on screen, and that's going to come really quickly as well. So you guys better be quick when you read that. I'm counting on the 2 of you. There you go. Take it away now.
Well,
he always looks at the team situation, adapts his game. He's the most impactful match winner. When he goes, the opposition knows they've got a slim chance purely because of the presence. The presence, that's the thing. It's the presence, isn't it, Lisa? It's larger than life. Till he's there, you may have, whatever the asking rate is. Till he's there, the opposition is not breathing easy, and the opposition will end up doing things like, Steve Smith, I think, said later that he wanted to give I think the leg side longer boundary to a nut cut, and that's why they played him in the 19th. Here again, that's reactive, isn't it? It's not proactive.
Yeah, you have players that just walk on the field and they have this air of confidence, and that they've been in so many situations, they've found ways to win. Now, AB de Villiers is that, and for Virat, who all of us think is a wonderful 3-format player, for him to kind of revere AB de Villiers just shows you what he is thought of by his peers. And that's the biggest reward, really. If your peers are fearful or they know how skillful you are, they shudder a little bit. I mean, he's not big and muscular like a Chris Gayle or an Andre Russell. Boy, what he can do to the ball and how he can manipulate. It's almost like he's in the bowler's head and he's a few balls in front of him and he knows exactly where to hit the bowler and able to manipulate it. So he's a pleasure to watch. I just wish we could keep watching him time and time again.
These are the situations. We've got a graphic for you. We'll have a look, Joy, and then you can tell us a little more about it. Bring it, guys. Come on, there it is. These are the situations. Superman AB de Villiers. These are the situations when he walks in and what he does. It's just the impact. This is what Virat is talking about. It's the impact that he has on a game.
No, absolutely. This is a superb graphic because, often innings are not looked at in perspective. This gives you a perspective.
Yep.
94 for 2, 12.2, he comes in and it becomes 192. 102.2 in 13 overs, he comes in, makes it 179. It's a kind of difference that he makes to a game, and that is what his winning innings are about. And see, that's what is so important. It's not about the runs you scored. A lot of times you see things that flatter to deceive. Like Pat Cummins in the first match hit about 5-6 in the last 2-3 overs. They were meaningless. The match was over by then.
True.
So the big thing is that what ABD does actually matters
In victories, and these are all the ones in victories. So you can see he's got an impact. The 4 victories that he's got an impact in: 51 of 30, 55 of 24, 73 of 33, and 55 of 22. That's what you need to look at. He's pretty much coming beyond the halfway stage of the innings at all times, and he's taking them to positions of victory. So if I was to distill that graphic, that's what I would bring out of that. It's also that sense of responsibility, and it's what gives Virat the faith. Lisa, you got faith in this guy because he's doing this for you every time.
Yeah, the only thing is you just make sure that he actually bats in the position that he should. Don't hold him back. Anyway, enough about that. But
They didn't win that game. You see why that game of him coming at 6 is not in that graphic is because they did not win that game.
The key thing is really the best players take their time at the start. Very few can go ballistic from ball 1, even AB de Villiers. And then after his 10 balls, he strikes it over 200. So it just shows you the acceleration, the information that he picks up as well from the pitch, what the pitch is doing, what the bounce is, what the opposition are doing, the field placements, the short bounce. He picks it all up just like that and then runs with it. Just incredible what he's able to do.
Okay, so we have got the ultimate team of the day. I'll tell you what the confusion was earlier. It was we need 2 separate teams of the day, right? Because there was 2 games. So I got my ducks in a row. We're getting our My 11 Circle ultimate team of the day. Let's put it up on the screen. Let's keep it there. Keep it there for a while. Come on, boys, you can do this. There you go. This is, of course, from the Delhi-Chennai game that you just saw. Shikhar Dhawan, your captain, of course, getting that 100. You have Akshar Patel in there as well. We had named him as our trump card player. Gave less than a run a ball and scored more than 4 per ball. Yeah.
21 and 5, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And Faf, your vice captain, because he played well as well. Do we have the ultimate team of the first team as well? So there you go. We'll go straight to that and look at the 11 that you should have had there. You should have had Chris Morris as your captain and AB de Villiers as your vice captain. Look at the impact that he had in that. So
I wonder how many people had Uttapa in their team of the day.
That's a great point, Lisa, because they were still expecting him to come out at 5. But that's what's happening. Picking your fantasy teams is becoming really difficult because you have just no idea who's going to open. Right? Just have no idea who's going to come. Today, people must have got Joss Butler in there saying, oh, he'll fire for sure. He's not there. Where is he?
It's a bit like tomorrow's game, Joy, KKR. We don't know what the batting order is going to be.
We do. Pat Cummins opening with...
Right.
No, I know you're playing it vague because you want to say he's batting, bowling, whatever you say. Pat Cummins open.
I'll tell you what, Pat Cummins tomorrow is going to be like the guy in gully cricket who owned the bat. Right, he would bat first, he would bowl first, he would just do everything first, right? So that's Pat Cummins owns the bat tomorrow for the game. But who's our champion of the day today for My 11 Circle? Let's have a look. Winner today is Navneet Yadav from Thane in Maharashtra. I like the mustache. Very Ravindra Jadeja and Shikhar Dhawan off you. 320 plus points for Navneet. So congratulations to you. All right, on our boost stamina meter. Again, we'll have a look at both games. Let's see who we have for our first game. First, on the boost stamina meter.
Drum roll, please.
Chris Morris, no surprise. Chris Morris keeping up, Joy, his 50% dot balls per spell. He's doing this now. What is it? 4 games in a row?
Yeah, A, that. B is that, average speed of 136, considering you do bowl a few dot balls, is good. One of the things that's happening is what Lisa was talking about. People have suddenly found a little more confidence in delivering their Yorkers.
Yep.
They're finally getting them in the black hole. I think 6 months of not playing cricket, they just didn't have the confidence of getting the ball in there. They're getting it in now, and that's good. And Chris Morris is now bowling the kind of, towards the death, the kind of bowling that is expected of a death bowler. Because he's a class act. And 4 wickets is not a joke. I think it will do wonders for his confidence. I just think that he needs Isuru Udana may not be his partner moving forward, but hey, life stuff, things happen.
Life stuff, yes. They have a few options on the bench. Let's see who they pull off. And of course, they've got three solid Indian pacers, and barely one of them is getting a game, right? It's either between Saini, Siraj, and Umesh Yadav. One, max two get a game. So they have some backups.
Just quickly, do you guys feel that Virat slightly changed? He's got more confidence with his spinners, whereas probably in the past, maybe it's because he's not on Chinnaswamy, he's in the UAE, bigger grounds, but he seems like he's throwing the ball to his spinners a lot more than probably what I've seen in the last 4 or 5 years. Is that a fair statement?
I think makes sense. I mean, he barely played Washington Sundar before that, so
correct.
It's good to see him and bowling him in the power play. So I think there's a lot of merit in your observation here that he is.
I just always bias, the spinners. I want to, look at.
Absolutely. I mean, see, you're saying plural spinners. He's always had faith in Chahal, the one spinner.
True. Correct,
right?
he has.
Now he's showing it in plural, right? So that's interesting.
Yeah, Shahbaz Ahmed got 2 overs.
Yeah.
Washington Sundar got overs, but yeah, I think he has faith in exactly that. Larger grounds, he feels they have a little more to play with. But also, I think he consciously is also trying to come back and enjoy himself as a captain. I think he's got keyed on after that 2016 season when they went to the finals. It's been a nightmare. 17, 18, 19 has been a nightmare. Somewhere, every time he tells himself, relax, 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 and he gets more tense,
I think he's just come into this season relaxed, right? I mean, the forced time off.
Yeah, I think he's just actually relaxed.
Yeah.
And actually saying, it doesn't matter. Guys, go do it. I can't do it myself. And after you trust others, you start getting it yourself. So he's also getting a bit of form himself. AVD is getting form. It's a good place to be because I think today's win is an important win.
Yeah, we've also, if we talk about faith in spinners, I guess Virat has probably learned from MS Dhoni about time, right? I mean, nobody has more faith in spinners than MS Dhoni does. He just tends to get the best out of them. But today, the most faith that he showed was in Deepak Chahar, bowling him 3 in the power play, 3 overs from him. He had the best figures, definitely for Chennai by far. And he's also on our boost stamina meter. Let's have a look at his stats and what he has done and why he's there. His spell, of course, 2 for 18 in 4 overs, great economy rate, 42% dot balls, and his average speed was 130. But 3 in the power play, Lisa, that's a big ask in today's day and age when there's bowling changes happening. I mean, they would change bowlers with every 3 balls if they could these days.
They could. Or they'd go right arm, left arm, over, around, just to keep everyone guessing. So, as a bowler, you have to be ready to go straight away. So to have those overs throughout the power play is really important. And to kind of back up your captain when they make that decision. Because as a captain, there are times you go, the figures are good. Should I go one more over?
Yeah.
And that they arm and arm, they give it to you. And more often than not, we've seen that they tend to go for a fair few overs. So, he bowled very well.
Though, would they be thinking right now, should have saved one for the end. Should have saved Chahar for the 20th.
But they didn't know that Bravo wasn't going to be there. That's the difference.
I think the problem is they're an old team and there's a lot more breakdowns than you normally have. And
True.
Bravo breaking down is a crucial one for them because Bravo wouldn't, Akshar Patel, whatever he did or didn't do, he couldn't have done this to Bravo. Not the same way, at least. You have a spinner who's turning into you or going straight. So, if you go and give it a whack, there's not too many chances that you're going to get it wrong. So, it changed the game. Bravo not being in the game changed the game.
Yeah, and if he is injured and if he can't play the next one, it changes their composition as well. Because, Lisa, wouldn't you just straight away bring Josh Hazelwood in?
Yeah, you would. I'm just trying to think where is their next game. It depends. They may want to go for a
we have the graphic. Chennai schedule, please. There you are. Abu Dhabi.
So again, a bigger ground. Abu Dhabi's probably been the best ground for the Pacers. I'd probably go Hazelwood in for sure. He performed well when he did get his opportunity early on in the tournament. So, a few headaches for Chennai because now it's win, or you're gone, basically.
Got 2 games happening tomorrow because it is Sunday. Sunday is a fun day. That's right. 2 matches of cricket. Yeah. The first one, which is happening at Abu Dhabi. is Kolkata playing Hyderabad. Got to speak about this. They both are coming off losses, and they're both coming off losses that. Yeah, is it, Lisa? Is it fair to say that some losses hurt more than others?
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it does. Joy,
Yeah.
Joy, you know enough with being with Kolkata. Some losses do hurt more than others, right?
No, absolutely. I mean, especially the kind of loss they had, it's not just about losing. It's the way they lost. That was not a loss. It was a capitulation.
Yeah.
They just gave up and rolled over and played dead because the other team just walked all over them. So I think that's a big problem. They didn't get to fight in it. If they'd got 3-4 wickets, something had happened. Mumbai made it, scrambled through in the end. It's a different matter. You have a bit of confidence. This Mumbai just steamrolled them, and that hurts.
The other thing as well is it is Mumbai Indians who are top of the table, and if you've got a pretty relaxed captain and coach, which they do, they're pretty easygoing guys. They could just go, you know what, we're allowed to have a blip in this tournament. Everyone has one. Not ideal, but let's suck it up and let's quickly turn it around. That's the other way they can look at it. But you never know in this bio bubble how teams are traveling.
Yeah. I also want to ask you, Lisa, your thought on Sunil Narayan. Would Sunil Narayan play or not? I know they've hidden him for 2 games because of the warning that he got in his action, and we'll pull up the squad for you as well. Do you first think Sunil Narayan would play, and if he would play, who he would play in place of Green?
It's definitely Green. It's getting close, isn't it? They can't afford to lose another match, and he seems to be a match winner. So even them finding him a spot other than opening the batting seemed to have worked as well. So I think you've got to take a gamble. I think he's got to go, you know what, whatever the delivery is, and I can't remember the delivery where he gets in trouble, maybe just put it away. Or you bowl it right at the end of, your last over. They've got to be smart. I think he has to play. Otherwise, KKR are very close to being part of that group where we start to go, they're not contenders anymore.
Yeah. What if I have Joy another question when we see that team composition, just in as far as their bowling is concerned, because their bowling has the last 2 games shown that obviously they are weaker for Sunil Narayan not being there, and of course you would be because he's just such a champion. What if in place of Chris Green, you played Loki Ferguson, right? And in place of one of the Indian pacers, you played Kuldeep Yadav, right? So then you still have your 2 spin options with Kuldeep and Varun, because Varun's not making way for Kuldeep, right? That's not happening. Have they just forgotten an India spinner? Is he going to spend the rest of the season on the bench?
No, I completely and utterly agree. So first off, this is a really important encounter, because if you look at this table now, it's looking very like Delhi, Mumbai, Delhi right at the top. Then there's Bangalore after this win hanging up there. Okay, and that 4th spot, now that Chennai is out of it, Rajasthan is languishing, Punjab is languishing. The 4th spot, the 2 favorites for the 4th spot are playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
So this is not just about me winning. It's about me denying you points.
Yep.
So this match is not a 2-point swing. It's a 4-point swing.
Yeah. Do you know why I say that? It's because you're bowling against Warner Best or Williamson, right? Do you want to put Cummins and Loki Ferguson there and not your inexperienced India pacers? And then if they survive that, then you want to have Kuldeep and Varun Chakravarti, right? I'm just thinking that it just seems
for me, it's a no-brainer. You cannot play 2 inexperienced India pacers. I know Kolkata has had a lot of faith in them. They played 2 of Shivam Mavi, Nagar Koti, and Prasidh Krishna. They played 2 of these 3 guys. And honestly, if I have an India player sitting out there, I play one of those. I play Cummings, one of those guys, play Kuldeep Yadav, and immediately play Loki Ferguson in place of Chris Green, and my lineup's made. I just have more experience up front. I would do that in a flash. But what I would do even more than that is I would play Sunil Narayan tomorrow. Tomorrow is a 4-point swing game.
Yeah.
I would play him no matter what.
Just on Pat Cummins now, look, I'm a big fan, would always have him in my side, but I've probably been disappointed he's only picked up 2 wickets.
Oh, are you saying Loki for Pat?
Well, I just thought I'd just throw that.
That's a nice one. There you go. Why are we taking him as a compulsory blind? Is it because he's the most expensive player? Well, that doesn't matter. Yes, he got 50 with the bat, but you're right. He's only got 2 wickets.
Yeah, that's the concern for KKR. They just haven't picked up wickets in the power play.
But Joy would actually tell us better. Joy, see, I firmly believe that it doesn't matter who you picked up at the auction or who you traded or who you bought for, 5 coins or for 5 million. The fact is that everyone's equal. On that bench, you got to put your best 11 out. But subliminally, does it ever play in management saying this is our most expensive asset, right? We've got to play it.
It does.
It does, right? It's human.
It's human. It's not. It does. Of course, it does. But look at KKR. If that was the case, they would be playing Kuldeep every game. They paid 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs for Prasidh Krishna.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that they do to a certain extent, but at this another extent, I mean, leaving Kuldeep out, you've left him out in Sharjah when you first left him out, which is understandable. Small ground. You want a dentist confidence, it's a very small ground. After that, why hasn't Kuldeep played? He's a prospect for India. And let me tell you one thing. There's one more issue which, doesn't seem to come out normally, but it does happen in teams. This is a lockdown period. There's nobody else, okay? There's some families out there, but not that many, okay? Yeah. Players are going back. Players are brooding, okay? A Kuldeep, an India-level player, if Prasidh Krishna does not play 5 games, it doesn't matter to him. He's just happy being here in KKR. If Kuldeep Yadav, being an India player, is not playing games, he's really unhappy about it. The bus will know. They'll go back. They'll chat in the dressing room. And because there's nothing else to distract them, this is what the discussion is going to be. People tend to start brooding. People tend to talking about it. Then camps form. So problem is a lockdown atmosphere is a perfect ground for all conspiracy theories that you want in every player's mind.
And we saw Kuldeep Yadav last year, wasn't it? He was very emotional. We saw him after games in tears. He wasn't having a good time. And I think we were all hoping that the start of this IPL, he'd get the confidence to get the ball coming out of the hand really well. And he kind of showed us glimpses. And then you're right, he left out at Sharjah. You can understand that. But I'm scratching my head. Why not bring him back in on the bigger grounds where he's got that protection?
What's it been, 5 games now that he's been out? I think 5 games that he's been out, yeah. Wow. That's a big one. I think it baffles me. I mean, it really does. Does that? The thing is, if they've taken a call, then they've taken a call. But it's strange. No. I mean, you're not playing Sunil and you don't play Kuldeep.
KK has done this once before, and it happened in 2010, where Ishant just completely, wasn't bowling well, and then he lost confidence, was dropped once, and then he just completely dropped out of the rotation.
It's happened to Ishant, it's happened to Dada, it's happened to Gautam, it's happened to Kuldeep. Joy, you Kolkata guys don't do breakups very well, do you? That's brutal. Jeez. I'm not going to call you on Valentine's Day, Joy.
Yeah, not discussion. Look, I think it's time for us to separate. It's just back on.
Yeah, that's right. Guys, with them, it's not me, it's you. Yeah.
I don't like people anymore.
Let's we have to save some ribbing for tomorrow as well, right? For Joy.
True.
Yeah, for Joy and our director Abhideep. We've got to save the true blue Kolkata fans. We've got to save a little bit for tomorrow for these deep purples. Let's have a look at Hyderabad now and see what their team is going to go. And they, of course, are they seem to have some other problems, right, Lisa? I mean, they seem to be having problems. They seem to be. They're having such a stop and start season. That's what it is. It's a stop and start season.
Yeah, they're showing us glimpses, aren't they? The top order. I mean, even Kane Williamson coming in at number 4, and Manish Pandey as well. Rashid Khan at least is kind of picking up wickets again, but it's that middle order that we've spoken about time and time again with Hyderabad. Vijay Shankar out injured. Now he comes back, not bowling but batting. Yeah, and so there is still lots of question marks and a new coaching staff, really. So it feels like they're still trying to find their way, what their best 11 is and what their batting order is.
I don't like the fact that they left Abhishek Sharma out. I think, seen glimpses of what that kid can do. And I think he would have been a handy investment for the middle order. But they've also done Joy a fair bit of that little Russian roulette down there, right? They got one good game out of Garg and Samad and Abhishek, where your top three big internationals didn't get. So you got these guys doing a bit, and then they started rotating them. We'll only play two out of these three. Then we'll play one out of these three. Then they've done a bit of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, let's be fair to them. I mean, they've had two crippling injuries. So their idea was they'd play Mitch Marsh at 4, who would give them 4 overs with the ball as well. And he was projected to play 14 games for them. And they had Mitch Marsh and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar opening the bowling, which looks a far more, accomplished bowling attack. Mitch goes down, Bhuvi goes down. They've lost both for the season.
Yeah.
So immediately all their plans have gone to mud. And that's basically what you're seeing is not plan B, this is plan C. Because plan B is Mitch Marsh out, but this is plan C. That Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is their, purple cap holder, their most successful bowler for the last 4 seasons. For him to go out and what he does with the new ball, takes wickets with the new ball, is very, very tough for them. So they're struggling on all accounts. They would love to play Billy Stanley. They can't find a place to put him because the moment I have Billy Stanley, I can't play Kane Williamson. My middle order is fragile. So this is a classic Dhoni example of fixing one hole, leaking hole, the other one opens up.
But here again, Warner's your captain. Williamson just gives you what you give him this much, and you give him a lemon and he makes lemonade. That's what Williamson does. I don't know. Would they ever think that, okay, fine, maybe we don't play Bairstow in a game or two, maybe get somebody else up there and I don't know, and then get another bowler, get a foreign bowler?
Maybe.
But they won't do it, right? That's not going to happen.
They won't do it. But also, we were talking about Steve Smith tonight about how weird he's been playing. Hasn't been his fluent self. Same thing with Warner. It's almost like he's playing. He's driving a car with the handbrake on. He hasn't kind of let it go, so we can see his free flowing bat. So, these players that we expect. I feel like I'm talking a lot about the Australians who just aren't delivering at the moment, but they need to be a little bit better.
Really, Lisa, where are you right now? Are you?
I don't know. Where am I?
The citizenship officials are reaching right now in the next half an hour.
I've got an OCI. So
come back home. Come back home. Come back.
I just want to point out right now, Lisa, you're being very chipper for someone who's at 5 in the morning. You're 5 a.m.
Yeah, how long is this post show, man? Like 5:30 a.m.
We're going to take you straight to buffet breakfast. We're going to deliver you to buffet breakfast.
Thank you. I can't get out of my room. See, quarantine, lockdown.
So does breakfast come to you? What happens? It comes.
Yeah.
Do you just open the door and somebody just throws a packet and you got to catch it and you eat? If you don't catch it, you don't. If you're like Chennai with Shikhar Dhawan, you don't eat. Jeez, that's rough. I thought it was the first world. It's rough. All right. So, of course, Hyderabad needs more from their captain. Not in terms of runs. He's giving the runs. I think they just need a little more free flow from him, is what Lisa's saying. And yes, I mean, the world needs a little more free flow from David Warner because it's a joy to watch. The second game tomorrow. Let's have a quick look at that as well. It's Mumbai playing Punjab, and Punjab is really hoping that Mumbai has their blip tomorrow, right, Joy?
Yeah. I mean, they're saying they're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this is the right time. This is it. This is when finally their batting order will fail. Bumrah will have an off game. Bolt will get on, because at some point it has to happen. But you're absolutely right.
I just feel like with their win the other day, they got the win. I just feel they may have dented their own confidence that they would have taken from the win, just the manner that they got it in the end.
Huffed and puffed in the end. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that has happened. But the win's a win. It's 2 points. Lisa, they'll do well to say, we can do this. Bangalore's a solid team. Yes, Mumbai perhaps is above them just a little bit. But, I mean, we can do this. Punjab, if they get just their thought process straight, which kind of got messed up in the middle, but seems to be coming good now. If they just keep it steady, the thought process steady, they can take Mumbai on.
Well, they've got the batters, haven't they?
Yeah.
Christopher Henry Gale, he's back and he's scoring runs. That'll make everyone happy. We know how well Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul are going. We didn't see Deepak Hooda, who came back into the side, so you would assume that they will go with the same side. Chris Jordan was able to bowl at the death and bowl well. All reports, this side, they come in and out, and it's so much pressure on the players to perform well. So I'm really glad that Chris Jordan was able to kind of fight back with the ball. And I think probably the biggest talking point is Ravi Bishnoi and how well he's done in all circumstances. At any time the captain has thrown him the ball, he has certainly stood up for such a young man.
Lisa, I'm really sorry for typecasting you like this, but we got to talk about Glenn Maxwell.
What's going on?
It's just the way the cookie has crumbled. It's just the way.
Come on, guys. I want to talk about how well you're doing, but you're just not helping me out.
I'll leave it to Joy. Should I leave it to Joy then about Glenn Maxwell?
Pass. I'm going to pass it on.
Take it, Joy. Glenn Maxwell.
Two things. First, if I'm Punjab, I'm praying, God, I need to win the toss and bat. Because the way I chase, I shouldn't ever be chasing. Ever be chasing.
Yeah.
Let's put that out of the way. So
but they also have the weakest bowling at the death, Joy.
Yeah. But they'll take that. I mean, they'll say that, okay, fine, Cotton has gone for 30. How many can Jordan go for? But you're right. I mean, they leak both ways. But the second is that Maxi, actually, you talk about it, Maxi's never really had. His last IPL 50 has been in 2016. He had that 2014 outstanding season in 2014, okay, where 4 matches out of 5, he basically won them in the UAE. He's never performed in India. Never, ever performed. Can you imagine a batsman batting as high as him having 150 in the last 4 years? So the truth of it is that Glenn Maxwell has done 20s, 30s once in a while. But if you're worth $1 million and you're batting that high, that's just not good enough. And that has no reflection on his record in other parts of the world. I think his big bash record is much better. His international record is much better. But somewhere, Glenn Maxwell and his best man, or Aaron Finch's best man at his wedding, Glenn Maxwell, the two of them, they just don't know how to cut in India. And I just don't know why.
Yeah, let's have a look at the Mumbai team as well, because we, of course, will speak about this more in detail tomorrow and see whether they make a change or not. Lisa, just a quick word from you. If they do bat first, would you open with Gale? Just a quick word about them, because Mumbai, I don't think we can talk anything about Mumbai. They don't make any changes. They're boring. They just all do well. They know their roles.
Yep.
They don't give us any talking points at all.
They're those boring first bench students.
Yeah, hand up with every question from the teacher.
Yeah, they are.
No fun to hang out with.
No,
Give us the backbenchers.
No, he comes in and he performs fairly well, having sat off for a while. So, but yeah, I think Gale, if they don't want to break the partnership at the top, then he did okay. But you are going to lose runs in the middle overs because he's not running twos and he's not running the quick single. So I do feel the best for him, and the same with Watson really, is to open. They go boom, boom, bang, bang, crash, bang. There's 4 6s. Their strike rate is, high. And then during the middle, they can milk the ones a little bit more whilst they're looking to go for the maximum. So, yeah, I think they're going to have to make a change. But they don't want to because those guys are peeling off, half-century, 100-run partnerships.
Yeah, I think Mayank last game got 45 or 25, because he was looking and saying Gale's in the team. All right. The captain's not going to leave his opening spot. This guy's Chris Gale. She's breathing down my back. I better score as quick as him to make sure they don't move me. So, and, best buddies here again. You talk about Maxi and Finch. You got to talk about KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal. Really good pals. Obviously, same city, same state. And now the same team, the same franchise. So they do seem to be doing really well. Just wouldn't hurt to have perhaps Mayank and Gale then opening with Rahul, and because Rahul can play many gears, and Rahul the captain responsible when you come at 3 and hold that up, because you've got so many hitters around you. Look at the hitters that there are. There's Mayank, there's Gale, there's Puran, there's Maxwell, there's Huda. These are Thor hammers that you have. And if he just becomes a little linchpin saying, I'm going to be batting till the end, well, Punjab can really sort of unlock that potential and really get some solid high scores. And they'll need that against Mumbai tomorrow. Well, all right. You all can make your team on my11circle.com. Of course, download the app and make your team. There's 2 games that are happening tomorrow. Plenty of action, plenty of changes. You have no idea who bats where, who bowls when. So there's a lot that you need to analyze, a lot of data that you need to crunch, and of course, make your team and see if you can beat Dada. Can you? Plain win. My 11th circle. That sort of wraps up business. I think we're done. That wraps up business. I better go wash the jalapeno out of my eye. I don't think it's healthy. But I've had it here for so long. I've been weeping from one eye the last 45 minutes.
Lucky the camera can't zoom in, hey?
Yeah, it can't. But now I'll be weeping from my second eye as well, because I will read the joy factor question and feel woefully inadequate about my knowledge. Over to you, Professor Bhattacharya. Make us all feel inadequate.
I think you know this. What connects England-Australia 2019 World Cup semi-final with 2 India-West Indies test matches, one in the Caribbean in 2002 and one in Calcutta in 1974. The list is not exhaustive. And I'll tell you why I asked this question. It's Anil Kumble's birthday. Okay? And the thing that's common to these matches is, if you look at the answer, this is the match. In all these matches, somebody got hit on their jaw, got really badly hit. 2 of their jaws were broken. Alex Carey's jaw, in the World Cup, he was really badly hurt and he came back to bat. Anil Kumble, you remember, not only did he come back to bat, he came back to bowl and got Brian Lara's wicket.
Yeah.
And Mansoor Ali Khan Pataudi got hit in 1974 by Andy Roberts, goes off the ground, gets 6 stitches, comes back and smashes the bowling. So just amazing. It's just it's less a question and more a testament to the courage of these blokes. I mean, what amazing cricketers these are.
I like that. I did know it. Lisa, did you?
No.
You could have lied as well, like me. Just
No,
come on.
I'm honest. I can't lie, Gaurav. Otherwise, Pinocchio starts coming out.
No, starts coming. It's just... Well, okay, we're gonna tuck our noses back in, and we're gonna tuck Lisa into bed at 6 a.m. for her in Australia, right? Should we just say goodbye to Lisa while Joy tells us who the winner is? No. Let's just see who the winner is. We need you to clap. Who's the winner? Real quick. Who's the winner? Who got the first correct answer in? It's Hi Harsha again. Deadpool.
Does he not like the rest of us?
Yeah, the only person he misses is Harsha, right? My theory is that this is either Joy or Harsha who have this account. And
all these conspiracy theories.
Sending
You're
in.
the kind of guy who believes that the moon landings were faked. I know you're that kind of guy.
There's no wind. There's no wind up on the moon. Why was the flag waving?
I mean, Joy, the next thing is you're gonna pull out a book from the back and say the earth is round. Come on, stop it now. Stop it. You talk crazy. We're going to be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time to talk a little more crazy and talk a little more cricket. Of course, Lisa's going to be here. Joy, you're going to be here as well. We're three traveling Wilburys for the weekend, aren't we? We're the happy trio. We're what is it? Groucho and what are the other 2? Oh, the 3 Stooges. We're the 3 Stooges.
What about the 3 Amigos? The movie.
3 Stooges more fun because my eye's hurting as well, so maybe just poking guys in the eye. Jalapeno fingers. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up now. We're all talking crazy, and we're just at midnight, and Lisa's at 6. So we're gonna say bye, and we're gonna see you tomorrow. Big thank you to both Joy and Lisa. I'm Gaurav Kapur. You're watching My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. We'll see you in tomorrow. Nighty night.